morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel here. Just a quick update here on the commodities: gold and silver, platinum, oil. The gold to silver ratio is really important. So just like a little bit of a casual walkthrough of where I think we are. I think the pullback in silver is over. Again, we did revisit that at $30 level, which is, from a technical point of view, when you break such a massive level, you more or less always get a revisit to that level in order to confirm the breakout and the uptrend that is still intact. So let's get into business here, guys. Starting off with the gold to silver ratio. I have it on log scale now. And we did have a massive breakdown here, like a few weeks ago on that grinding line here. We broke down heavily. Beautiful. That is the start of the gold and silver, precious metals and bull market for sure. Again, we had a huge run in 2020 into 2021. Then we had, the pullback, and then now we're going lower again. Also here, if we add a trend line from the 11 lows to the 2021 lows, we can clearly see that we also broke down there. You can see we had the 4-year breakdown here, right? From that wedge up here, the break there, very bullish, breaking like a 4-year, pattern. And then we also broke the roughly 10 to 15-year trend line here, breaking down, retesting now. Seems like we are rolling over. That is the highest probability. It makes sense because there's a lot of selling pressure coming in here. If you add the moving averages, they are just falling over a cliff here. So that's beautiful. We want the ratio to go down, obviously, because that means silver is outperforming gold. And almost always when that happens, it is because silver is going up more than gold and not gold going down and then silver going down less. It's always the vice versa. So you can see here on a log scale, the breakdown, the retest is in motion now, and hopefully we see that rollover. Big moment here, the retest there. Also, if we switch to the regular or the nominal scale, which I don't use, but you can also see here why we actually stopped exactly where we stopped. Again, this is the difference between, log scale and nominal. 2011 low there, 2020. Boom, there we are again. Support. Fourth time, boom, again. That's when the real fun begins. It has started, but again, it will be a cascading event. And definitely, it will be one for the books. You can also see here the parallel channels here in making here. So this will be like a roughly 20-year breakdown when we do. So gold and silver, heavily bullish. I still am. You can see the tag here if we zoom in just quite a bit. The tag here at roughly 73, pulling back, into a lot of resistance, and it is my take that we are going to roll over here during the next few months, depending on how fast it goes, obviously. But good. Let's check in on the metals themselves. We will go to we can do a bit more long term, and then we will zoom in. Again, the $30 level broke on the 4th touch in May, breaking out, retesting now. I will zoom in on this cluster here. But the big moment in time for me was the $26 break there, breaking, this huge golden trend lines here, this squeeze coming in here. The start of something big happened upon that break of 26. Yes, we have an inverted head and shoulders here that is pointing to roughly 36. Then you have the pole here pointing to, I think, 45, and then on to 50. So the wheels are in motion. And what's happening now has nothing to do what's happened, for the past 4 years. Nothing. This is totally different, massive uptrend. We can see here on the 4-hourly. Again, this was the break of 30. Massive move up, a lot of shorts getting squeezed there. Consolidation, breaking down, almost testing 30. Again, now we are forming this bull flag right here. That's the bull flag, right? We dipped our toes below 30, and now we're back up again. We had this internal squeeze here, And these guys here are people shorting, the break below support, and now we're back up again. So on the 4-hourly, really bullish setup here. And I do think that this bull flag here with the false breakdown is going to resolve to the upside here at some point in time. That's at least the highest probability on my from my perspective. And yeah, it is. There it is, log scale. Also, the teal here, or the line here, was just a bit messed up, but we also have a channel here, beautiful, so we could actually go all the way out again into June, and then we go higher here. Perfectly uptrend here, a lot of long-term levels taken out, and yes, we are on the route to 50. That would be a big one, and there will be a heavy pullback at that point in time, but I think we will break on the 4th. You more or less always break on the 4th go. Gold still looks incredible. This is the 4-hourly again, big inverted head and shoulders. Target is roughly 2,600, give or take. You also have a flagpole pointing to 3K, so anywhere between those numbers is probably the next leg up. And yeah, we did again break above the $2,000 level. I don't think we will ever see that level again. And we had a massive surge, and now we're just consolidating a bit here. A bit sad with the high there, but overall, it doesn't really matter. The trend is set. Up we go for gold. With that caveat that silver most likely will outperform due to the first view on the gold to silver ratio. Good. Let's check in on platinum. Good old platinum here. A lot of stuff going on, but I do think platinum has bottomed here, especially getting above 1K once again here. I want to show you, this is the weekly, by the way. So you have a lot of things going on here. Same thing, that bit of a down skewed, neckline here from that inverted head and shoulders. The target is roughly 1,500 for this move, based on this, on the gap here to here. You add it on top on the break. I think the break here again, you can see we had a massive move up here to the neckline. Now we're bull flagging here, and this should also resolve to the upside, tagging perfectly the long-term trend line goes back. I think it's roughly like 16 years or so, 17 years, plus minus. Platinum here looks really good. I know not many people are invested into platinum, but again, this was the initial first move up. Then we had a huge, like a sideways consolidation for like 15 years, and now we're finally about to break again. And I do think we are going to at least see the triangle high, which is up there. So at least, north of 2K, but I do also highly believe that we are going higher. Given the momentum that we have here, we should see like a move in the same direction here over the next 5-8 years, depending on the speed. So yeah, platinum, again, when and if we break here roughly 1,100, that pivot high there, we will confirm the neckline, and we are on to the races for platinum also. Palladium is a bit different, a bit tricky to chart basically, but I will just check that I'm recording. Yes, I am good. You can see we've had this huge pullback. Going back in history, here back in the 2000s into 2004, we had like a 87% pullback. And then again, we had, here we have 30 and a 75. Up here we have what, 50. So again, the pullback here that we have seen is again 75. So I'm very confident that we are really trying to put in like a bottom here. It's not the prettiest of the prettiest bottoms for sure, but again, we have broken this falling wedge to the upside, so momentum is loosening it up. But again, also we need to get back above here. Basically, again, 1,100 is the same level to me to get back above, and I do think we are in for a move to the upside for Palladium as well. Very messy chart here, by the way. But as you can see, it's same thing as down here. That's also very, not messy, but it's very difficult to get like a clean entry. So hopefully platinum, it should follow. Again, it's heavily oversold. I think also heavily shorted. You have weekly positive divergence, and so on, yada yada. And yeah, hopefully we hold here with a very iffy, triple bottom here, inverted head and shoulders. Neckline is not perfect by any means, but hey. Again, copper, good old copper here. We turned really bullish on the stop stack on copper when we broke 4 right there. This sideways price action here was the big moment here, getting below 350, very bearish, but getting above 4, very bullish. We got above 4, we retested it, and we said we are going to see $5, and $5 is right there. We did a bit of an overshooting coming down here. Still, copper is in a weekly, even monthly, very bullish price action here. I could see copper go to, in 25 here, 7, roughly, plus minus. I think that's the path, getting up to that upper golden trend line here at roughly 7.3, 7.5, give or take. Really, really, really strong here. But I do also think, I also mentioned, I was on Andy from Finding Finance. Right here, I said we are closer to a short-term top than a bottom. That's for sure. And we have come down here. So hopefully for copper, we just do like some sideways action, and then we go higher. The trend is up. That's your friend. And copper looks really good. Could we see a move all the way down to that pivot high there at roughly 4.3? Sure. But again, that would be, in my opinion, a place to consider, going long copper. Good old copper. And what else should we look at here? I had one more in mind. It was the, was it oil? I can't remember exactly. Oil here is a bit sketchy. And ever since we broke, 77, and this small green support channel there, it has been, down here. So oil is more bearish than bullish right now. I think overall long term we will go higher. But again, when we broke here and the 77, I think we could actually have a potential move down to 65-ish. But I do think this rail up here will get taken out. It just depends on when and how. But we are pounding on that resistance line, and I think the next time we tag it, within half a year, maybe, depending on the speed, we are going to break that. And you can see long term here, we have broken this. 3 falling impulses here, huge macro setup here, and now we're just sitting above here, basically, like coiling up. And I do think we're going higher. And yeah, we will see, in my opinion, triple-digit oil again, and way into the triple digits. Until this one gets taken out, that's my thesis. So we shall see. That's all, guys. Again, follow me on Substack here if you want to get more, detailed views. Especially gold and silver right now, it's really, really strong. Uranium, I still think is a sleeper, but with gold, with oil getting hit quite a bit, that's the energy. That's not the best. But again, when you look at the XLE, which is the ETF for gas, for the energy sector, you can see here that we are actually in a bullish setup here at the, decade high here, really, 10-year highs. We are still bull flagging. So again, bit of a mixed signals here, but I think the direction should be found in the XLE, because usually they are correct, the more leveraged guys. But again, let's see how it goes. You can also see the weekly higher lows there. So overall, I think the energy sector looks good, and that should help uranium, even though uranium has basically done nothing for 2024. But again, looking at uranium, we are basically at 10-year highs in the URA, and close to all-time highs for the URNM. It's only 3 to 4 years old, the ETF, but it still looks good. It's frustrating, yes, obviously. We wanted to go higher because the fundamentals is incredible for uranium. But all that matters is the charts, nothing more, nothing less. This is the URA. You can clearly see that we're actually sitting here fighting the triangle high here from that pen and squeeze there. Again, this is a bullish setup that should resolve to the upside. Again, it's all probabilities, but I would be insanely surprised to see if we stop here and we stop to go down. Again, anything is possible, but that would be really weird and want to really dive into to see how were we that wrong. Overall, I'm still incredibly bullish on uranium. Good. That is it, guys. Have a great day. Hopefully, silver has bottomed here at roughly 30. We shall see. It's very volatile, so compared to gold, gold is a bit more precise with its pullbacks and all that. Silver is a lot more erratic. Have a great day, guys. Cheers. Bye.